Attraction isn't just about looks or money. Psychology plays a decisive role in how people connect emotionally and romantically. If you're wondering how to attract a girl without pretending to be someone else, you're in the right place. These 10 mind tricks are based on psychological principles, social behavior studies, and human interaction strategies. Use them with authenticity and confidence, not manipulation, and you'll increase your chances of sparking real attraction. 1. Use the power of mirroring. Mirroring is a psychological technique where you subtly copy the body language, tone, and gestures of the person you're talking to. It's something people naturally do when they're in sync with someone. Why it works. When you mirror someone, it builds subconscious rapport. She'll start to feel like you're on the same wavelength, which increases comfort and attraction. How to do it? Don't imitate a mime. That's creepy. If she leans in, you lean in a few seconds later. If she's speaking slowly, adjust your pace slightly. These tiny cues build a strong, unspoken connection. 2. Practice high-value silence. Most guys talk too much when they're nervous, especially around a girl they like. One potent psychological trick is to learn to be comfortable with silence. This sends a message that you're confident and emotionally secure. Why it works. Confidence in silence shows dominance, patience, and control traits often subconsciously associated with high value. How to do it. When she asks a question, pause for a moment before answering. When there's a gap in conversation, please don't rush to fill it. Let her wonder what you're thinking. 3. Create intrigue with mystery. Too many guys overshare early on. Instead, keep a bit of mystery. The brain loves puzzles, and when it doesn't know everything about you, it becomes curious. Curiosity leads to a deeper interest. Why it works. Mystery activates the brain's reward system. It keeps her engaged and makes you more memorable. How to do it. Don't reveal your whole life story in one sitting. Drop hints about your passions, your travels, or your goals, but let her ask the next question. 4. Show, don't tell confidence. Confidence isn't just telling her you're successful or acting cocky. Absolute confidence is quiet, consistent, and visible through your body language and choices. Why it works. Humans are wired to follow leaders, and women often subconsciously look for emotional leadership in a partner. True confidence signals safety and security. How to do it. Maintain good posture. Make steady eye contact. Don't fidget. Speak clearly and with purpose. Don't be afraid to disagree respectfully or stand by your opinions. 5. Utilize the Ben Franklin effect. This psychological principle is counterintuitive. When you do something for someone, you like them more. But when they do something for you, they start to like you more. Why it works. When someone helps you, their brain rationalizes it as, I must like him. Otherwise, why would I have helped? How to do it. Ask her to help with something small, hold your coffee while you tie your shoe, or get her opinion on a new jacket. These minor favors trigger the Ben Franklin effect, increasing her investment in you. 6. Associate yourself with positive emotions. One of the most effective ways to create attraction is by associating yourself with positive emotions. People remember how you made him feel far more than what you said. Why it works. This is based on the principle of emotional association in psychology. If she consistently laughs, smiles, or feels good around you, she'll start to associate those feelings with you. How to do it. Be playful, make her laugh, tease lightly, and share fun experiences. Avoid discussing complaints or serious topics early on. Keep the energy light, uplifting, and emotionally engaging. 7. Use scarcity to boost your value. If you're too available, your value may be perceived as lower. Humans are wired to desire things that are scarce or exclusive. This applies to dating too. Why it works. Scarcity increases perceived value. Think of luxury brands, they don't flood the market. They stay exclusive, and that's what makes them desirable. How to do it? Don't always be the first to reply to texts. Occasionally, be busy. Have your own life and priorities. This shows that while you're interested, you're not desperate, and that's an attractive quality. 8. Build emotional connection through storytelling. Facts tell, but stories sell, especially in relationships. Telling personal stories opens emotional doors and creates intimacy. It also makes you more human and relatable. Why it works. Stories activate empathy and imagination, making your experiences feel more real and impactful. This helps her feel emotionally close to you, even if you've just met. How to do it. Share stories that show vulnerability, humor, ambition, or lessons learned. For example, talk about a funny travel mishap or a time you overcame something challenging. 9. Use the foot in the door technique. This principle is often applied in sales, but it also works in attraction. It's based on the idea that if someone agrees to a small request, they're more likely to agree to a bigger one later. Why it works. It creates a psychological pattern of saying yes and builds familiarity. How to do it. Start with small social invitations or interactions. Ask her to join you for a coffee near her office instead of dinner right away. Later, build up to more meaningful plans. It feels natural and progressive. 10. Amplify your uniqueness. Stop trying to fit a mold of what you think women want. The most powerful attraction tool is to lean into what makes you different, not weird, but uniquely you. Why it works. In a world full of sameness, standing out is attractive. When you confidently own your quirks, hobbies, or passions, you radiate authenticity, and authenticity is magnetic. How to do it. If you're into niche music, show it. If you love cooking or martial arts, feel free to discuss it. Let her see your world, and don't downplay what makes you stand out. Avoid these 3 common mistakes. Even if you master the tricks above, there are a few things that can kill attraction fast. Watch out for. 1. Over-pursuing. Texting too often, always initiating, or being overly eager can come across as clingy. Attraction needs space to grow. 2. Trying to buy her affection. Lavish gifts or exaggerated gestures early on can feel transactional. Focus on emotional connection first. 3. Putting her on a pedestal. Respect and admire her, but remember, you're equals. Don't treat her like a prize to be won. Treat her like a person to connect with. Attraction is about connection, not manipulation. These mind tricks aren't meant to manipulate anyone into liking you, they're tools to create deeper, more meaningful interactions. True attraction comes when a woman feels seen, understood, and emotionally engaged. When you combine genuine personality with these psychological insights, you're not just playing games, you're building authentic connections. So remember, it's interesting but not perfect. Be confident, not arrogant. Be mysterious but open when it counts. If you practice these principles with honesty and consistency, you'll stand out from the crowd, and she'll notice.